I did an interview with Kevin Bacon one time, and he told me a really interesting story, which is that whenever he goes to a wedding, he will go to the DJ and tip him to not play Footloose, which I just thought that was just a really interesting story. And so, Ms. Close, I'm sort of curious, from here on out, when you go to a wedding or when you go to a party, are you just going to pray that they don't play debut? Because you know that that's what they're going to.
I will hope that they play the debut.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Ms. Close, Ms. Kunis, seriously, so good to see you. Mila, you and I have spoken before, but Ms. Close, I've never interviewed you before, so this is a massive honor for me. So seriously, thank you both for taking the time.
Welcome, thank you.
I'm going to jump right into this. When actors take on roles and performances that are so heavy and so raw and they require so much, I've always wondered at what point you give yourself a break to laugh and to escape the heaviness. For you, sort of, when do you pull like the emotional parachute? Is it after you hear a cut? Is it after the scene is over? Is it the end of the day or the end of the movie? Like when is it okay to be okay?
It depends on the scene. I mean, sometimes you have to kind of stay in the zone, especially if it's a little bit difficult to get there. But otherwise, I think tragedies really, I mean, some people laugh when they're sad, so I think it's really important to be able to kind of, walk away, have a couple of jokes and, then get back to it.
I would say similarly, I definitely don't bring it home. I don't. So for me, by the end of the day, 100%, but also probably in between scenes. Maybe not in the middle of a scene. I wouldn't say that, like, you to Glenn's point, you kind of just stay in it. It's not like you're doing cartwheels in the middle of the grass, but you're also not like by yourself somber in the corner either. You just kind of stay in like that nondescript world.
It was close. So much of this movie is about needing help and the people who step up to help us. And, you have tackled some truly powerful, difficult performances in your career. I was curious, which one was the toughest challenge for you? And then more importantly, who was the person who helped you get through it?
As the movie?
Yes, ma'am.
I found this movie really challenging. What I loved about Deb in this movie is that I think she's a Deb who I talked to on the phone, and we had a wonderful script. But she is somebody who might, kind of recede in the background. She's not somebody you would necessarily notice. If she was buying milk next to you in the grocery store. But look at her story. Look what this woman is dealing with on a daily basis, and dealing with it with great courage and tenacity and love. And that story to me is worth telling. And that's what I loved about it, that you don't know when you pass somebody in the street what it is they're dealing with. But they're dealing with something.
Absolutely.
And I think this story is incredibly relevant and incredibly important right now, with the amount of addiction to opiates that's going on in this country.
Of course. I did an interview with Kevin Bacon one time, and he told me a really interesting story, which is that whenever he goes to a wedding, he will go to the DJ and tip him to not play Footloose, which I just thought that was just a really interesting story. And so, Ms. Close, I'm sort of curious, from here on out, when you go to a wedding or when you go to a party, are you just going to pray that they don't play debut? Because you know that that's what they're going to.
I will hope that they play the debut.
Is it so because that's going to follow you? I mean,
it needs to come back.
Mila, is it okay? Can we Mila, I know you love Chicago. Can we get everyone in Chicago and have us, like, when things open, can we all go out to the club and then hopefully get Glenn out to play?
Literally before you popped on, I was like, man, I want to go to Chicago. I miss Chicago. I love Chicago.
I know you love Chicago. When was the last time you guys were here? Is there any chance? And also, and more importantly, when can we get you back?
It's been a minute, probably 2 years. Definitely. I keep forgetting the pandemic happened. So maybe like, yeah, I don't know, 2 years, I guess, including the pandemic. Well, nobody went anywhere, but yeah.
Sure. Let's close with a while. Well, yeah. Whenever you guys come through.
We'll go to a Bears game. That's when we'll come back, maybe this year for Bears.
Yeah, we'll have a very comfortable fold-out couch. You guys are both welcome to it.
So, listen, we'll take you up on it.
All right. So good to see you. Congratulations on truly incredible performances. And I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. It's really always an honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
People going, we don't need roads.